Um, Hello, this is my presentation for Unit 12. I will be discussing my debate topic and what research that I went through. So yeah, let's get started on that. So what was my debate topic and why did I choose it? So my debate topic is how the media industry deals with sexual predators in higher power or position of power. The reason I did this is because during recent times there's been loads of like allegations and allegations on uh, predators and like sexual predators in the Hollywood and like all these other big companies and how they've been doing it for years and they've been uh, they haven't been punished for it up until recently. So yeah, I thought it was like a very interesting topic. Also, I watched a bunch of documentaries and I feel uh, on this topic. So yeah, that's what intrigued me to do this debate. My primary research, I did a questionnaire. I made, I put in as many questions as I can, and I sent it out to a bunch of people. Not only that, I put it through subreddits and Facebook pages so I could get more of a broader span of like participants in my questionnaire. Uh, but for the secondary research I re- went on different websites and looked up articles about victim stories and how they didn't get the justice that they deserve. Also watch a bunch of YouTube videos that like explain like the dark history of specific directors and filmmakers and like people in power in the media industry. I also watch a bunch of interviews, as you can see with this was from The Quiet on Set, which I'll get into a bit later, and then I watch documentaries such as The Quiet on Set, and then there's this one Netflix show on it was about Jimmy Savile and how he rose from being one of the famous person in Britain and how he got away with like all the stuff that he did to children. And yeah, this is what I've been researching for secondary. Um, so most of my secondary research were qualitative research. So because I've been getting like not statistics but like people's opinions and like their experience, like for example the Drake Bell interview and how he went what he went through during his time in the industry. But however, there were some secondary research that were quantitative, where it had statistics and data. Like there was one article that I read, like it was about how a company did a survey and it shows that like 90 or like 92% of women that were in the Hollywood business would most likely be sexually assaulted. And yeah, that's what I had. Um, what did my primary research taught me? It showed me that that even though it does get coverage, there's a lot of other celebrities that didn't get as much that has been um, uh, has been accused of all these crimes, and but since there wasn't as much bigger coverage as the other other celebrities, they kind of like get away with it. So yeah. So it taught me that some people with power can fall through the cracks and just get away with what they did. What did my secondary research taught me is usually people in power whenever they get charged or sued, they usually get a slap on the wrist and are forgiven by the higher ups. But that's not every case. As you can see with the Harvey Weinstein, he got like 22 years in prison for what he did to, he raped women. But a very good example of people getting away with it was this acting coach, Brian Peck, who was in many of like Dan Schneider's show. And he essentially assaulted Drake Bell. And when he was taken to court, he was only given a 16-month prison sentence, and he had to be on the registered sex offender list. But even after he finished his sentence, he was able to work at Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And yeah, so it just shows that it just doesn't matter if they get like sentenced, they could still be near children at all times. The links between primary and secondary research. When doing research between primary and secondary, I noticed a pattern that I saw when people did my form and the research on the articles, that there's a very inconsistent way that the media treats child predators. So like obviously Harvey Weinstein, he got given a 23-year prison sentence, and also he was just blacklisted throughout Hollywood. Like people just disown him. But someone like Dan Schneider, who hasn't been charged with anything, he just made an apology and that's it. That's what he did. So you can see this like inconsistency of how they've been treated. Gaps of knowledge that I need to improve on. Obviously, there are some research that I could be doing that could improve it. My debate topic, like I could watch more videos of people's opinions on it. So obviously, this is one of the thumbnails I saw while researching. Is obviously her talking about the whole Dan Schneider case and her personal opinions. So yeah, I would watch more videos like that so I could see what many people thought of the case. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and is there any questions?
Thank you, well done. So your questionnaire, how many responses did you get?
I got 33.
Okay. And so you mentioned subreddits. What did you find to be your most beneficial subreddit? How were you distributing?
I was distributing through, topics that link to this debate. So what Hollywood movies. I also did one where I put on like this subreddit, I think Me Too, which is
Yeah.
So I put on that and I got a bunch of different responses.
Okay. And did you do a second method of primary research?
I wanted to, but I couldn't. I wanted to do like an interview, but I couldn't find anyone that I know of personally that didn't like understand the topics.
And did you consider reaching out to professionals, such as, I don't know, psychologists, psychiatrists, anyone who might...
I didn't know how to reach them out, because I tried it in the past when I try to reach out professionals, but they always like declined or just air me out. So just...
You didn't?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you find in your research to be sort of the most shocking thing that you found out?
The most shocking thing I found out was obviously when doing research, I watched the Quiet on Set documentary, and I think the one most shocking bit was how Drake Bell's dad, he saw the signs that Brian Peck was a bad person, and he went to go talk to the higher ups, but they declined it and just said, oh, maybe you're being homophobic because Brian Peck was gay. So it was kind of like, maybe he couldn't do this, maybe you just hate him because he's gay.
So he was made to be like
yeah, the
he was
bad guy,
yeah.
and then pretty sure Brian Peck tried to groom Drake Bell into cutting his dad off as the manager because he was the manager at that time, and yeah, you could see like the manipulation of Brian Peck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so you, even though your question topic is, well, you've said media industry, you've kind of looked at Hollywood, but you've mentioned people like Jimmy Savile. Have you seen big differences in the way that the UK and the USA deal with these kind of predators?
Yeah, because obviously in the US, yeah, while they it's not good, but they do bring coverage like firing them or whatnot. But with Jimmy Savile, I'm pretty sure there's been like numerous times where the BBC knew about his Jimmy Savile actions, but didn't do anything about it, and when and just kept it a secret. It wasn't revealed until Jimmy Savile died, like I think he like passed away of old age or something, and there was like a big ceremony about it, and that was just before the whole allegations of what
Everything was revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
I wish I could.